You don't have to have this battle with yourself, with your body image. You don't have to be buying into these diets and these pills and these regimes because that's what you're being told will make you beautiful. No, it is an industry. It's making money, and it's making money off your insecurities, and you're smarter than that. I know you're smarter than that because you're here right now listening to this video and wanting to make a change.
Well, it feels like an elephant shaking his big great trunk for the hell of it. You know that you're dreaming about being loved by him. Too bad your chances are slim.
Hello guys, and welcome back to my Be a Boss series, episode 2. So if you haven't yet watched episode 1, I'll link it here and in the description box, so do go check that out. If you want to catch more of my Be a Boss series, then please do hit that subscribe button below for my weekly videos, and also if you've been enjoying it so far, give it a thumbs up. Alright, let's get into the video. Today's video is going to be answering Samantha Hunt's question.
Hi Emma. So what I would like to know is, how do you find the motivation to work out every day, and how do you stay so positive with your body image after 12 hours at work? Basically I've got no motivation at all to work out, so if you can give any tips, tricks and whatnot, would be very helpful to me. Thank you, honey.
Thank you so much, Samantha, for sending that in. It's a great question, so I was super happy to answer it. It's something I'm very passionate about: fitness, working out, and obviously having a positive body image. So basically this video will be 3 parts. The first part I'm going to be talking about working out and finding motivation and sustaining that motivation. The second part will be about body image and having a positive body image and how to be confident in yourself. And then the last part is a giveaway. So I'm doing a giveaway, guys, for you each episode of my Be a Boss series, because I hit 25k, and instead of doing one big giveaway, I want to do lots of little ones. So make sure you stay tuned till the end to find out all the details on how to enter, and of course what you win. The most important part is at the very beginning. How do you motivate yourself to actually step foot into a gym, to get your running trainers on, to go to the park, to actually set up at home a mat and just start? One of my biggest motivations for working out is having a good music playlist. If I go on Spotify or iTunes or like Apple Music, I will find a workout playlist. They have so many different workout playlists. They have rap, they have R&B, they have hip hop, they have house, they have pop, indie and rock and punk rock and all this sort of workout playlists. And they're so motivating. When I need to get psyched for a gym workout or psyched for a run, I love listening to music. It gives me a rhythm, it gives me a beat. Sometimes I'll be like feeling a bit tired and I'll want to stop, and then my song comes on, you know, or I'll switch to my song and I'm like, yes, let's keep going, Emma, you've got this. Having great music that you love, your style, will help keep you motivated whilst you're working out. And you know, listen to it before you start your workout, because then it'll get you in the mood. I also listen to podcasts, and I would listen to a podcast when I go on a run. I really like listening to Gary Vee. You may have heard of him. I'll link his podcast below, but there's so many other good ones. Estee Lalonde does one. My friend Jules has one. Tim Ferriss, he has a podcast as well, I'll link that below. I like ones that are really motivating and then get me going, you know? So listening to those while I run is really helpful. I would say start using music to get yourself motivated and channel your alter ego. For example, if you have an alter ego, whoever it is, who can we say is an alter ego? Well, you know how much I love Cardi B at the moment and the kind of persona she has, or Nicki Minaj, you know, or Beyonce, or Rihanna. They make it look easy and fancy and stuff, but they put in the work. And you just have to ask yourself, if you want to be at the top of your game, are you going to make excuses? No, you're damn not going to make excuses. You're going to go get it. Some people are afraid to get out of the comfort zone. Some people are maybe even jealous that you're making moves. You're making moves in the world. You know, you got your fitness goals and you got your life together. People might feel jealous. They might get hate. You might get some snide comments. Be prepared for that. But own it, you know? Get out there and own it, because you've got this. You're going to be so far ahead than anyone else. And the third thing I would say would be what you wear is so important for your workouts, because obviously you need something that's functional, something that if you're running, for example, you want something that doesn't irritate you, doesn't cause chafing from your skin. You need something that's practical but also makes you feel good. You don't want to be exercising in clothes that don't fit very well, they're too tight, they're uncomfortable, uncomfortable, you just don't feel good in it. That's gonna be like the worst thing because you're not gonna feel motivated to work out. You wanna be like, yeah, I'm gonna put on my gym kit and look how good this looks and how good I feel. That's kind of the attitude you want. So for example, the way you can use clothes as well. Sometimes I used to think to myself like, oh, I'd be worried about bumping into someone I know. Now I do not care, but I do like to wear a hat or a pair of sunglasses or something. I think Carly Rowena actually mentioned it in one of her videos, her hacks for running, and she says like dress like a ninja, and it's so true. Like if you wear a hat or you wear sunglasses, you're kind of like in your zone and you block out anything else. If you are someone who is conscious of what you look like or who's gonna see you, then maybe a hat is a good idea. Like go out for a run with a hat or do a workout with a hat on, or you know, if you're worried about your hair or something. There's also great ways to wear your hair so it's not gonna look hot and sweaty and all over the place. Also with makeup, you know, if you feel like you want a little bit of makeup to go to the gym because that would make you feel good, you know, wearing a BB cream or something, a tinted moisturizer can really help, and it doesn't matter if you sweat then. And you know, waterproof mascara and all these little hacks that you can use to make yourself feel good and confident when going to the gym. Because if you feel good about yourself and you feel confident, then you're gonna go smash that workout. You're gonna go kill it. And this brings me on to the point, which is a really important point, that 2 million less women than men work out because they have a fear of being judged by the way they look and their appearance. Brought to attention through this amazing campaign. The ad was incredible. You have all these images which are so inspiring, and they have like real girl power kind of like go get it catchphrases. I'll put it here, but one of them says my game face has lipstick on it, and I was like, yeah, damn right. If you want to wear lipstick to the gym, go you. And if you ever feel like you're lacking motivation or you're like worried about being judged or your appearance, then check this out because I think it will really help, because I looked at it and I was like, yeah, that inspired me. Next point to mention is that workouts have to be fun. Otherwise it's only a matter of time and we're going to give up, lose interest and not be motivated to work out. Find a workout that you actually really enjoy. For example, it might be running. For me, I love to run. Like it makes me feel so good. You get like a runner's high, something my dad used to call a second wind, where it basically, you know, a few miles in, you really start to like feel like, oh yeah, I can do this, I can keep going, you know? And you really start to get into your rhythm. Point is that find a workout that you love. It might be dancing, you might love dancing, and you know, join a dance class, or it might be Zumba or yoga or I don't know, karate or something like that. Anything that you find that you really enjoy, go do that, because that's when you'll have sustainability. That's when you'll be able to keep going back each week and be like, yes, aerobics tonight, or yes, yoga class tonight. Fitness, I really believe this. If you want success, if you want to succeed in your goals, then you have to fall in love with the process, not just the results. Whether it's doing some group activities or with your friends working out or going for a run with some friends, then like enjoy it. Enjoy getting a bit hot and sweaty. What I find also, which is something to point out as well in this whole fun part, is that everyone talks about no pain, no gain, and do these grueling exercises that we see in all these magazines and Daily Mail and stuff. Oh, look how she got her curves through these grueling exercises. Exercise doesn't have to be grueling. Exercise can actually be fun. It can be a lot of fun. Of course, get uncomfortable, get out of your comfort zone, push yourself harder, but at the same time, like understand there's a pleasure to be had in it and it should be enjoyed. Always keep in mind the end goal. Like one of the best things I love about working out is how good I will feel. I know that when I do a workout, I'm gonna feel so much more relaxed. Those endorphins will have kicked in and I will be, you know, feeling on top of the world. Whether it's in the morning and I've got it out of the way for the rest of the day, or whether it's something I'm looking forward to in the evening. You know, when I've been sat down at my desk all day and I'm like, oh, I just want to get out, you know? I look forward to the moment I put in my AirPods, put on my music, and I go out the door. Like that for me is like, yes, time for you, Emma. If you're thinking about starting in the new year, the only thing I can say to you is start now. Don't wait 2 months. Why? Why? When you have the opportunity now. Don't go sleepwalking into the new year. No. By January, let's go smash it. You're full steam ahead by January. Obviously, when we work out, we want to see results. It's really important not to put a focus on weight loss. Like you should not be looking at the number on the scales to determine how successful you are at your workouts or how much success you're having in your fitness journey. That is not a measure of your success. What you can measure is perhaps how many press-ups you're able to do one week to the next, or how many sit-ups, how far you're able to run, or you know, did you manage to make it through the whole spin class? So those are ways in which you can measure your success of feeling fitter and stronger. So really focus on that and take the focus away from weight loss. So, a little story about me. So I ran the London Marathon last year and I ran it with my brother. It was a really significant event because when I was young I used to watch Paula Radcliffe do the London Marathon. I've always been a runner myself, like cross country and track, 800, 1500 metres. I did the first half marathon in LA with my brother as well. And I remember how much I struggled, and I was a lot thinner than I was when I did the London Marathon. I was being strict with myself. It was 2 years ago.
Here's the start line. Good night. Don't mess my time up.
Emma, you're behind me.
And I remember I was like not eating sugar, getting a little bit out. Again, it's hard to actually say this. It's hard to say because it's actually stupid. It was stupid. Like I said, it's not a linear path. You got ups and downs, and one of the things I was doing was I was just cutting out food. I was back to where I was before. And I remember running with my brother. He actually stopped for a hot dog.
Dog you're queuing up for? Oh my god. I thought this was meant to be a healthy marathon.
I couldn't believe it. I remember that. My brother was like, Emma, have some fruits, have a drink, have something. And I remember just drinking water, they're going, and I found it really tough. And I almost blacked out at the end. I remember like lying down on the pavement, and my brother had to like almost like carry me into the taxi, and I was like laying down flat. It was purely because I was being really strict with my diet. I wasn't feeding my body what it needed. And as a result, it took its toll. I remember thinking, I could never do a full marathon. I had no energy. I barely made the half marathon. My brother as well remarked when I was like on the pavement about to pass out, he was like, Emma, you look really thin. You look really thin. You look like you've lost a lot of weight on your arms and your legs. And I looked down and I remember seeing like this like hollow legs, you know, I never have a thigh gap. I've got mermaid thighs. Like one of the things I got teased about was actually like, it was a pretty harsh thing. Basically I had thunder thighs. Yeah. I had that. And like now, I love the way like people like Iska Lawrence are calling them mermaid thighs. Then I was like, Emma, you're going back to old ways, stop it. I remember that day going to it was like a juice bar place and everything, and they had these protein balls with like cacao and dates and syrup, and like gobbling them, and I felt so full of energy and so good again. I was like, yes, I'm back. And I like made a pact with myself that day. I was like, Emma, you're never gonna do this to yourself again. I didn't, and then I ran a full marathon. And I remember the difference of the full marathon. It's quite funny. I actually beat my brother. He's gonna hate me saying this, but I beat my brother by a good amount of time. I think it was like 10 minutes. He'll probably like write down in the comments, it wasn't 10 minutes. But every station along the way, I'm drinking the Lucozade, the gel shot, basically pure sugar, pure sugar. But I was on such a sugar high when I was going around doing the London Marathon. At the finish line, I had so much energy. I was like taking pictures, doing a video, vlogging, everything. I was like ready to do it again, almost. But I had like a lot of energy, and it was purely because I was feeding myself with the food and the sugar it needed, because I was burning so much when I was doing the run. Just going back to the not determining your success by the number on the scales. If someone is skinny, like for example, let's just back to myself 3 years ago, who was very skinny, to now where I have, yeah, a little bit more meat on me. I was less fit then. That's the truth. I'm like more fitter now. It's not body shape or size or number on a scale that determines your fitness levels. Most important is that you feel good about yourself. 91% of women dislike their bodies and resort to dieting. That's why I feel it's really important for me to be open with you and telling you where I've messed up and where I've made mistakes, and that I continue to make mistakes. I have to remind myself and constantly remind myself what I want and what I want to achieve, and tell myself that dieting or being restrictive isn't going to help me. It's not going to help me at all. I start to feel a little bit insecure or self-conscious. I'm like, stop right there, Emma. Do not go on, because it has taken me so long to get to this point, and I've already been through so much to get to this point of acceptance. I don't want to go back there. I don't want to go back there at all. I want to be so confident. One of the things that really helped me come to accept my body was the moment when I stopped comparing myself with other girls, and admired them and thought, wow, yes, you're beautiful in your own way. Just because maybe I didn't have the same thing doesn't mean that I'm less of a person or less beautiful. You know, we all have our individual characteristics, and what you've got to remind yourself is you can never be them, but they can never be you. You're unique. Everyone is unique. Everyone has different qualities. Everyone has something beautiful about them. On those days when you don't feel so good, Get it together and think, you know what, I'm gonna own this. I'm gonna be me. Stop comparing yourself and start loving yourself. And look in the mirror and look at the things that you love about your body, and don't just look for the things you dislike. Remind yourself that, you know, sometimes what you're comparing with is not even real. Be careful about who you're comparing with, the images you're looking at. Don't let society determine what's beautiful. It's a vicious circle. You know, the magazines promoting these skinny images of tall, thin girls, and that's what's beautiful. And then, you know, the pills that keep you skinny, and the diet plans and the regimes and all of this. It's making money for these companies, but it's making us feel about ourselves, you know? We need to stop right there and think, you know what? Smarter than this. I'm not going to use my monthly pay, my salary, to be buying into this. The moment you start realizing that you're good enough, that you are good enough as you are, is the moment when you really see changes. You define what's beautiful yourself. I really think like we need to stop this battle with our bodies, this battle to change something about ourselves. There's so many people out there who are inspiring positive body images. Iska Lawrence, Ashley Graham. There's so many like TED Talks and things like this about it. I'll link them in the description box below. Instead of focusing on beauty being skin deep, think beauty goes so far beyond that. And if you are a helpful, kind, compassionate person, that is what's beautiful. And when you start to feel good about yourself, you start to become more confident, you're more open, you're more accepting, and you become even more beautiful as a person. You don't have to be a supermodel to be beautiful. You really don't. It's a state of mind, it's an attitude. Going back to my first series, beauty is an attitude. And also another thing about how to have a positive body image. This has really helped me as well. Instead of spending the time I would on counting calories, on weighing myself, on all that time and anxiety over the food I was eating and how much I was eating, and instead of doing that, I put my time into thinking about how I can make a difference. How maybe sharing my story, my experiences, and the mistakes that I'm kicking myself about now. If I can share this and make a positive impact to those who are like me when I was growing up, then that is so much more fulfilling. And I feel like if you can do that for others, you can take your time out from counting calories, weighing yourself, and trying to change. Instead, be the person you are already and that you have the potential to be, and go out there and start connecting with other people and seeing how you can make a positive change as well to their lives with your newfound openness and confidence and self-acceptance. Hope there's some things in there that you can take away with you that are all about having a positive body image. Now on to the giveaway! For the first giveaway, it's going to be a makeup palette. Now, not just any makeup palette. This is one of my favourite makeup palettes. It's a makeup palette by Charlotte Tilbury. The colours are so pigmented, they glide on really easily, and you've got the whole mix there for you. Day eye, desk eye, date eye, and disco eye. And I'll show you my one. This one has got my name on it, Emma by Charlotte Tilbury, and absolutely love it. I use it all the time. They're really versatile. I keep the same palette with me in my bag, and I can go from day to evening and create like a really smoky eye effect by the end of the night. So yeah, I really love that palette, and I thought that you guys would enjoy it too. Excited, and good luck to you guys. All the details on how to enter are going to be in the description box below, so do check that out, and I wish you luck, and I can't wait to pick a winner. So do get involved, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!
Mississippi putting it down. I'm the hottest round. And if you want me, y'all can stop me now. Since you with me now.